Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is all through your system. The scripture comes from Wisdom 6:14. He who watches for her at dawn shall not be disappointed, for he shall find her sitting by his gate. For taking thought of her is the perfection of prudence, and he who for her sake seeks vigil shall quickly be free from care. Because she makes her own round, seeking those worthy of her, and graciously appears to them in the ways, and meets them with all solicitude. For the first step towards disciple is a very earnest desire for her. Then care for her, discipline is love of her. Love means the keeping of her laws. To observe her laws is the basis for incorruptibility. And incorruptibility makes one close to God. Thus, the desire for wisdom leads up to a kingdom. If then you find pleasure in throne and scepter, you princes of the peoples, honor wisdom, that you may reign as kings forever. Okay, so this is God saying for somebody, God has granted you with wisdom. And it's all through your body. It's all through your body. It's all through your system. It's in your heart. It's in your soul. It's in your mind. God said this is a blessing that he has given you. Use it wisely. This is a blessing that God has blessed you with wisdom. God has blessed you with wisdom. This is somebody, when you are around people, you can sense how they feel towards you. When you are around someone, you can tell if they have mind expectations for you. When they are trying to take advantage of you, you can sense when someone is meaning you harm, when someone really means you evil. God is saying, don't take the wisdom for granted. Use it. Use it. Like, even if God has set you apart and God has you set away for safekeeping, and he's protecting you and he's guiding you and he has you out of danger. 222, as I say that for some, that's confirmation for someone. He has removed you from danger. The people that are seeking after you are still plotting against you. God said, use wisdom in everything that you do, and everybody that you meet, because you never know. Like, I just feel like for someone, there could be someone trying to be sneaky. Like, they could sneakily try to send somebody on purpose, purposely send people that you don't know that they know to try to stir up conversation with you, try to build a friendship with you, try to build a relationship with you in order to ease you into whatever plot they have. Like, this is somebody, they know the old tricks are not going to work anymore. So they're going to try to use new tricks. God says, they don't want you to know this. They trying to take my voice, baby. God says, use your wisdom. Use your wisdom and listen to God's guidance. Seek to be near God. Seek the kingdom of heaven first. Everything else will come to you. Some people are so focused on trying to find a husband, trying to find a wife, wanting to have a car or house or whatever, a good job, or trying to have friendships and trying to go out and party and go on celebrations and go on different trips and all this kind of stuff. God said, use wisdom in this hour, because they know the old tricks not going to work, and they're going to try to come up with new ones. God is not going to allow them to make you feel like you cannot live your life. So you may very well find yourself minding your own business, doing your own thing, and you will get a hint from God, a sense from God, that somebody that's asking you, oh, what are you doing? Oh, did you come here with someone? Oh, where are your friends? Oh, where are you from? Asking you all these questions, and God will tell you they don't mean you no good. God says, listen to it. Take heed. Take heed. Take heed. And make haste when God warns you about people. Make haste when God warns you against people. It's nothing wrong with being by yourself. And there will, like, just because they will be sending evil people to try to plot and plan against you does not mean that God will not send good people to guide you and to help you. I'm being reminded of the time that I came out of this party and there were a group of men standing by my car. I already talked about once I got to my car, I saw that they were trying to break into my car, possibly trying to steal my car, but they could not. Okay. The big body, they made it tough. Okay. But anywho, car steal. Anywho. As I'm walking, I knew I walked out by myself. I looked around and didn't see nobody. Out of nowhere, as I'm walking by these men, two women appeared, walked past me, and it was like they were close enough that it seemed like we were together, but far enough that I did not feel uncomfortable. And instead of those men being able to just attack me, they realized because I wasn't alone. They just verbally went off. We exchanged words and we kept going. I got to my car. I got in my car, locked the doors, started the car, started getting a playlist together, looked around. Those women disappeared. No other cars anywhere. I looked to where the direction they were going. There were no cars over there. God said, just because the enemy is sending people to cause you to stumble, to cause you to fall, and in an attempt to get you to fall into their schemes and their plots and their traps, does not mean that God will not send people to help you, to guide you, and to strengthen you. And it doesn't always have to be a situation where God will send angels to you. God sends people too. Yes, God will send destiny helpers to you. Yeah, God will eventually send your kingdom spouse. Yeah, God will eventually send opportunities towards you. So be vigilant. Use wisdom. God says be close with her. For taking thought of her is perfection of prudence, and he who for her sake keeps vigil shall quickly be free from care. Because she makes her own round, seeking those worthy of her, and graciously appears to them in the ways and meets them with all solicitude. God is saying that, in this moment, in this time, use wisdom. But we should use wisdom all the time. There should never be a moment that you are not using wisdom in decisions that you make. God is saying right now he wants you to use wisdom in every decision that you make, in all the choices that you make. Use wisdom. There are people that will be plotting against you. There are people that will just dislike you. They don't know why they don't like you. They don't like you because the demons inside of them don't like the God within you. But that's okay. That's for them to stress about, not for you. God says use wisdom. You can avoid them altogether when you first sense that there's something evil within them and you keep your distance. You don't have to explain to nobody why you don't want to be best friends with them, especially if that person deep down inside don't like you. Explain to them for what? Explain to them for who? You don't have to explain yourself to them. They know they don't like you. They really don't want you around anyways. God said use wisdom in everything you do. Use wisdom in everywhere you go. Use wisdom with every opportunity that is presented to you, because every opportunity is not a good one. Some opportunities ain't about nothing. That's the message. That's the message. If then you find pleasure in throne and scepter, you princes of the peoples, honor wisdom that you may reign as kings forever. And if you are in a position where God has called you to be a leader, God has called you to help others, God has called you to guide others, and God is saying that your position is a position that not only is sought after, but it is a position that the enemy is attacking you. The enemy does not want you leading people towards God. The enemy wants you leading people astray. You have to understand that you are the perfect person that the enemy will want to attack, because you are chosen by God. You are handpicked by God. and the enemy is seeking after you deliberately so that you could turn other people astray. God says use wisdom in everything you do, in every decision you make, everywhere you go, each way that you walk, anybody that you talk to. Use wisdom, use discernment. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.